name is Stefanie Maegan. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Because therapy is too expensive. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy.
Broke Girl Therapy, Broke Girl Therapy, Broke Girl Therapy. Hi, my name is Stefanie Maegan. And I'm that bitch.
I mean, you are.
Are we recording?
Bitch. Yeah, we're recording. I guess
it always happens to me.
It's because I do it to everyone. It's like the thing that I mean, we've been doing this for years.
You have been, yeah.
Okay. Hi, guys. It's me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Broke Girl Therapy. And guess the fuck what? Jessica motherfucking Clarke is in the fucking building because she fucking lives here now.
I do. Surprise!
She's my new roommate. We used to live together.
We did.
It's so crazy. So, background story.
Yes.
Let's go for the beginning.
I will follow you wherever you go.
We've always lived in the same place.
Yeah. I love you like that.
Yeah, but this is the first time because last time we were in a house.
Yeah.
This is more of me and you.
Our shared space.
A real roommate situation. Yeah. So I'm so excited.
We should talk about that.
How we
Yeah. And it's so funny because today my mom was asking me, she was like, just make sure, you still maintain your space and stuff. I was like, honestly, I was telling my mom this too. I was like, not all friends can move in together.
Oh, for sure.
But I think the reason why me and you work so well because we can be social, but we like being alone.
Yeah, we are definitely, because everyone, yes, we are the same. We're social introverts.
Yes.
Where we're we could be very oh, let's kiki hang out. But we also need our space and respect it.
Exactly.
I would never force you to I wouldn't just over
yeah. And I know you wouldn't. And you work. I was telling my mom this too. I was like, she works so hard. She needs time to regroup, and I do too.
Yeah.
And I always try and make my space in my room somewhere where I actually want to be and spend time and make it cozy. So then if I do want to be a recluse, I can.
Right.
And I know that Steph won't take offense from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes me comfortable. Because honestly, Chad, I want to move in with a lot of my friends.
No, honestly, I wouldn't move in with a lot of my, even though I kind of have, but I wouldn't move, I feel like you're my ideal, perfect roommate.
Bing.
I think my other roommate situations have been fine.
Yeah,
but I
me
feel
too.
Ideally, me and you, it just works because
yeah.
we're the same. And we're also not super crazy.
Yeah, we settled down in life.
Yeah.
I don't drink. Steph was she's a wine drinker now.
I'm just a casual. I don't even really drinker. Be drinking.
So it just works well. It works
does.
well.
And we're just I think we're also none of us are super that crazy over the top OCD too.
Yeah, no.
We could be kind of messy, but we'll
clean it up
eventually.
I'm not. Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
I can't live with a person that's my best friend. Shout out to Kirsten Deshay. Happy birthday! It was her birthday yesterday.
What up?
But she
Libra.
She's OCD. She likes things I would never live with her.
I
love
never.
her. She's my best friend ever, but I would never live with her.
Yeah.
Because I would make her mad. And,
I would,
and she would make me mad because it would
I cannot live with I could be friends with type A's, but
I can't live. They would hate me, and I would hate them for hating me.
Exactly.
I don't understand. It's a bowl. It's been there for a day. You will be fine.
I'll get to it.
It's
exactly.
Fine.
So yeah, that's why I'm okay, cool, because no one's super up each other's ass. It's fine.
Yeah, we both. So. It's a good.
Look at that.
I love that for us.
Love it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess so. You guys, this episode is recorded literally the day before I'm supposed to premiere this week's episode, because I was supposed to do another one. And last month, this month of September, I've done a lot of traveling. I've just done a lot of bachelorettes. It was a super crazy, adventurous month. So in order to make sure I was on top of stuff, I pre-recorded a bunch of episodes in August. And I don't know, it feels I love doing that because, I get it out of the way. I'm prepared and stuff. But when it comes down to it, I feel I always don't ever like it because I love being
in the moment.
In the moment. I love that I could record an episode and put it out like a day later.
Yeah, and it's so raw. Like, and I think that's what a lot of other podcasts can be pre-recorded. Like they can plan it, you know.
Right.
But I think people identify most with you because it's almost like they're in your life actively, you know, like day to day, and they want to know like what's happening as of like yesterday.
Right, exactly. And people were like, yo, like, so I've been seeing on your Instagram, we go on trips, like, are we going to hear about it on the pod, you know? And like, they haven't heard anything about it because it's like all these episodes I've been putting out were like before the trip. Yeah. So it's like, they haven't heard anything. So I don't know. I always kind of like to reflect it back to like what people are seeing in real time on Instagram or whatever. Right. So it's just like, I mean, I don't know what to say about the trips, but I mean, I went on, it's been crazy. I went on 3 bachelorette trips this year, but 2 of them in the same month.
Yeah.
And first I went to like Vegas with my boyfriend.
Okay, wait, let's pause there.
Yes.
Let's pause.
How
was that? First of all, is this your first vacation?
Yeah, that was like a first vacation. Yeah.
And how was it? Did you drive? Did you fly?
We flew. So this was like, so I guess it was an informal anniversary trip just because like it was like the first time we started talking, so that was like our anniversary when we first like started.
What made you want to celebrate that?
Well, no, here's the thing. So his birthday is in July, and for a gift,
what day is his birthday?
4th of July.
Oh, my
Cancer.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I did know he was a Cancer. That's why I love that meme.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for a gift, I booked a hotel and booked flights for us.
Cute.
And I was like, let's go to Vegas. So that was like his birthday gift. And I purposely planned it on a time where it was like around our anniversary. So it was like we could like celebrate that / it was like his birthday present.
Cute. Did you give him a birthday present?
Yes, bitch. But I got my period.
What? Wait, girl. Abort mission. Yo, the universe is not with you. The gods were not.
It was so fucked up because I got like new lingerie. I was about to fuck the shit out of this man.
Oh my God.
And I did the first night, but I wanted to do more.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and you know, some people are like, whatever, suck it up. You're on your period. No, first 2 days, I don't
you're
feel
a fountain.
Good. Right.
It's giving overflow.
It's giving overflow. I'm feeling bloated. I'm not feeling too sexy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I don't really, you know, I'm not going all out, but it's fine. Like, we still had a blast.
Tonight I want to dance with you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, we had so much fun. We just like, honestly, we just slept a lot.
I love that for you. Steph, you work hard and you don't rest. Like, you don't know how to, like, it's a problem. And Brian was saying that before. Right. Wasn't in the past pod, which I love that episode. But he was saying that, like, you have an unhealthy relationship with work. And when he said that, I was like, dang, he sees her. Like, he sees her.
I know, it's for sure. It's definitely like that. I think that's been, like, my theme of this year is balance.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
it's a 30 thing.
But you know what? Like, it's crazy. Like, just 2021 has been such a crazy
unprecedented times.
Right? Like, here's the thing. Like, I have so many blessings. Like, I've, you know, have traveled a lot. I've got a new job. I've made new friends. Have all these bachelorettes and weddings. You know, I've gotten 3 roommates in 1 year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And it's just been so many back-to-back things, and like I've
changes.
It just so many changes. And I think just, you know, turning 30, that pressure of like, fuck, I need to get my shit together.
Yeah.
And really thinking, you know, with intention versus just trying to be like, whatever, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Like, I've been like trying to be intentional with everything. And I think that like I've probably have taken it too far.
Yeah. It always happens though, because you have to experience the downfall of the extremes to be able to create the balance, because you can't balance anything that you don't know what two extremes you're balancing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I just felt like there were so many great opportunities that were coming my way, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And then one day Brian was like, bitch, our relationship is not gonna do well if you just keep
accepting everything. Right.
So.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think I've learned this year. One lesson I've taken away is the power of saying no.
Right.
And not feeling that if you say no to this opportunity, because I think we're so hesitant to say no because we're worried that an opportunity like that won't come around, or that we're at our, you know, our
the time is now.
The time is now. We want to just, and we live in LA, which is, it pressures you more to always just want to go hard and work, you know. But then there's so much power when you have peace in saying no.
Right.
And understanding that you're not saying no because you're lazy, but you're saying no because you're choosing yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, okay, these opportunities that were presented to me were like amazing, and I would have been making X amount of money, but it was like, I have to think again long term and intentional. And I'm like, is that something I want to do long term?
Right.
And like, what is it that I want to do long term? And like, it's vocal therapy, so I need to focus more on this.
Right.
You know? And I feel like I've put a lot of focus on this, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I could do more.
Right.
Because I've been just doing everything else. So I don't know. It's just like, it's really just balance that I've been learning this year. So that's why in Vegas on our vacation, I just slept.
Oh, good.
And he was fine with it. He's just like me. He's like, let's just chill. Like, I'm not really, we didn't even really like, I mean, we kind of got drunk, but then like after we would get drunk, we would just fall asleep.
Yeah. And that's good. You
Like,
need that R&R, you know?
Yeah. So, but I've had hella trips this year.
Yes.
I've had enough vacations.
Tell us about the Bachelorette.
So for the first one, I went to Austin, Texas for my friend Eve.
Austin, Texas.
Giddy
up.
Fuck you, Texas.
What?
But I had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, why? And I was like, oh.
Yeah, a lot of things.
A lot of things. That's another show.
Right, exactly. But I had a great time. And Yvain is like a friend that I've had since high school. So it was a lot of my high school friends.
Yeah.
And we did so many things. I feel like I'm tan as fuck because I was just outside more than I had been like the past couple
What was that like? Because for me, especially since I've stopped drinking, I can't go out with everyone, and I can't always go out.
Perfect person to talk to about this because I still drink.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, I don't drink like I used to.
Right.
And I don't really find it as fun as I used to think it is. Like, and every time I do get like drunk, I fall asleep. Like, I get tired.
Yeah.
It just makes me want to go to bed. So it was fun doing like the activities, like swimming. Like, I really like found that being in nature has really made me feel so like liberated.
Yeah.
And, like, I just find it so much fun to be in the water.
Yeah.
So,
Same.
But drinking wise, like, I couldn't hang, and I also wasn't that drunk as everyone else.
Yeah. How did that make you feel?
So this is going to be, I guess, kind of vulnerable.
Yeah.
But, this isn't like shade to my friends because these are...
Do you think my questions are not funny?
Yes.
We're doing something.
Oh, we going somewhere
We're going somewhere with this.
I mean, you know, with my friends and everything, like, I love them to death. You know, I think sometimes it made me feel like I've outgrown.
Yes.
You know, outgrown, I don't want to say them because I still have mad love, so it just sounds shady saying that, but like,
it doesn't
just outgrown, like, you know, like, they're just like, oh, let's take shots at the airport, leaving as Austin, like, oh, let's take shots, let's get fucked up. And I was like sitting outside the bar with all the luggages watching it while everyone was in there like taking shots before the flight, you know. And I was just like, and one of the guys, because it was like a joint bachelor and bachelorette party, one of the guys was just like, are you good? Like, you seem really chill. I was like, oh, I don't know. I just don't really feel like drinking.
Right.
It was difficult times because it's like my idea of fun
has changed. Yes.
And
I think we value experiences more than vibes and turn up.
Exactly. And I've realized that, like, you know, don't get me wrong, I still like to have a good time, but like, I've realized, you know, when you are really drunk and it's a whole group of people really drunk, it just becomes like, I don't know if superficial is a word, but like surface level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like,
people can have deep conversations when they're drunk.
I mean, they can. I get people. Some people can. You know, people have like drunk deep conversation. Like, that's possible, but that's not
by a very minimal amount.
But not in that setting.
Yeah,
is it?
exactly.
You know what I mean? Especially, I think if it was like maybe 1-on-1 or like more a smaller group, it could have been.
I think people are more open when they're drunk,
right?
and more. I think they're more they're more willing to tell the truth when they're drunk.
But when it's like a big batch of people,
yeah,
it's not going to be.
It's not going to be like
there's
that.
There's no intimate conversation.
Right, at all.
And I thrive in intimate settings. Like, I think I tweeted something the other day where I was like, I'm realizing as I'm, like, this year especially, and as I'm getting older, like, I thrive so much more on, like, one-on-one conversations.
Yes, absolutely.
Versus, like, a group conversation.
Setting, yeah.
And not that, it makes me anxious to be in a group. Like, I'm not anxious. I could sit there and not give a fuck. But, like, I just don't feel like I get stimulated in any way.
Yes. I totally understand everything.
I'm like, I'd rather just go be alone.
Yes.
In my room.
Yes.
Right?
And I was just talking to my friend about that, just about friendships in general.
Yeah.
I think there's this, I wouldn't even say I don't want to say misconception, but it's okay to outgrow your friends. I think that everyone is on, and I think there's a negative connotation with the word outgrow.
Right.
But then that doesn't make me better than you because I've outgrown you. No. It just means that we're on a different track on life.
And it doesn't mean I don't love you.
Of course, it doesn't take away from the love I have from you or the value I have for you in my life. Where our journeys are just going in different paths, and we're growing on different. We're not all the same. So, and even the things that are, for example, I think emotional intelligence and self-awareness is very hard to grasp. And I think that when people don't grasp that a lot or early, like especially in your 30s, I feel like you either grasp it or you don't.
Right.
Like either you have a lot of healing to do or you don't, Or obviously we all need to heal, but there's some people that have some deep things that they need to, like, for me, it was my drinking.
Right.
And it took me years to, like, dig all that up and bring it to the surface, and then therapy and rehab and all this stuff. So I'm doing the work.
Right.
So the friends that I used to have when I was drinking, they are...
Right. That's exactly what I'm going through. It's like, and I'm not even, like, trying to be sober or whatever. It's just kind of like I'm past this, like, super crazy party phase. I mean, you met me in the midst of it. Like, I was just like, yeah, good time. I was
Virgil daily.
Like, pull up, call my Uber, let's go. Like, I was ready. And I mean, shit, I look back at those times and I still smile because those are like
so much fun.
But it's just like, I think right now I'm going through this thing where I'm like I'm relearning myself.
Yes.
Because I'm different.
Yes. Oh, preach. Preach.
It's just like, so I think sometimes it's like such a beautiful experience.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But I can't lie. It's sometimes I feel like I'm mourning.
Yes, because it's a death. It's a death of your old life, your old way of living. And it's just like even when a family member dies, you're going to miss them for the beautiful things and the relationship that they brought to you, the good times.
Yeah.
However, they are still gone regardless.
Right.
And it doesn't make their living in vain,
Right.
They came, they served their purpose, and now they've gone to another level. But you're still here, know, and you're now evolving. And I'm going through that as well, just the process of relearning who I am. Like when I was a drinker, I was a social butterfly.
Right. I was an extrovert to the T.
I was.
But now I'm like, wait, I'm not. I don't know.
I'm not. No. Exactly.
So like, and I say, like I said earlier, social introvert because I was watching this YouTube video. I was like going to like all different types of introverts.
It's a spectrum.
Because I was trying to like figure. I'm like, am I an introvert? Am I extrovert? Like, what's going on here? Because this person now is not different. Yes. I don't know who she is. I want to know who she is.
Right.
So I like saw something and it was like a social introvert.
Yeah.
Where like it's not like you get anxious around people or you do well in social settings.
But you have to go back and regroup and recharge.
Because your battery runs out.
Yep.
And you get distant from people. Because you're like, I'm sick of this.
And that's why I go ghost for some time. Like people will be like, where have you been? The majority of the time it's because I'm in school and I'm just busy. But if I really did want to make if I did want to do it, I would. If I wanted to be social, I would. But I think even in that, I'm experiencing... Now I have really mastered and loved being alone, that again, operating on two extremes.
Right.
I have to learn how to balance, because now I would prefer to be alone than to be with other people. And that's essentially not who I am. So I am forcing myself to go out more. But the thing that has changed is I actually met this group of girls, beautiful Black girls, all educated, and they're from Jersey or from the East Coast.
Love that.
And I loved them. And the things that they were saying, the things we were speaking about, and they were drinking, but it was a higher level of conversation. There was just so much substance in what was being said, and their lives don't revolve around, it's just they have lives, they have, and they're, I don't know, it was just a level of conversation that was just different. Yeah. And I was saying to myself, if I am to go out, I want to go out with these kind of people, because even though I'm not drinking, I'm still having a good time.
Yeah, because it's not just being drunk and just like surface level and being like sloppy. Exactly.
Like,
you're so
my God,
bitch.
I love you. Right. I just love you so much.
And they're like, what are we talking about here? Like
we can go to dinner, we can go to a bar, we can chill, we can pick up guys, we can do like all kinds of things and still have a cute little kiki, and then go home. And I'll come home like, I'm happy, like I went out, I'm happy I was being social. Right. I'm going to be home for 2 weeks. However, it was great, and I will do it again in a month.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. Like I'm starting to accept that, because I feel like, because sometimes I'm having those conversations where like, Steph, go out.
Yeah.
But then I'm also like, I just want to stay in. I've been out on these trips.
And you can't, but that's different for you, because you've been around people that are high energy, and I think that takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, especially like, my trip in Austin. Thankfully, I had my friend Lena. Shout out to Lena. We both I feel like we're kind of on the same thing, because we're both kind of like, okay, we need like a break from people. So we just like slept in our separate beds, and like everyone else was in the other room, and because we had a connecting like hotel. Oh, yeah. So we like closed the door while everyone else was just like drinking or doing their thing, and we were like in the dark in our hotel, like not even talking to each other, separate beds, recharging, because we're about to like go out again. Right. Because in these bachelorettes, it's like no sleep.
It's like no sleep.
Next club, this club, next club, whatever. Like it's constant. So
no sleep, airport, brunch, dinner, club, airport, brunch.
Literally. Yeah. So like on that 30 minutes that we had, we were both like we're like, okay, we're on the same level. We need to recharge. We don't even need to talk to each other. Let's not talk to anybody else. And it felt good, Right. And so even when I was doing my makeup to me is like therapy. It's like therapy. I'm like, let me just be in my element.
Yeah.
So I like, everyone else was getting ready together, and I was like in the bathroom by myself getting ready. I was like,
do what you gotta do for yourself.
Right.
And I will say, just going back to the friendship thing, because it's so crazy, because I was literally having this conversation like an hour ago with my friend. But I think that, and even with one of my oldest friends, we had to the same way we were just talking about how we have to rediscover ourselves. You also have to rediscover friendships as well. Girl. Because the friendships the relationships that were curated when you were 15, 10, 5, you've grown up that way, you've gone through life together. And with one of my oldest best friends, I was still in the party life, drinking and everything. She was getting married, she had a kid, and we were just constantly like butting heads, because I was just like, where is this party? Like, we're no longer on the same level. And we had a very kind of, I had a lot of friction for a long time, until we came to the point where it was like, we have to kind of balance this out. So I had to understand that when I go and see her, I have to know that I have to really just want to go and see her, know? Right. I'm not going to go see her and then we're going to go party and have, we're going to just, so you have to just redefine friendships and meet people where they are.
That's exactly.
But people typically run away. People are typically like, this is not working, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And it doesn't mean you have to do that. You just have to redefine it.
For sure. Like, that's exactly something I'm like talking about in therapy, because I think this like new form growth that I'm going through comes with like redefining friendships. Yeah. Because there have been friends that I like don't talk to like anymore, because it just wasn't suiting my soul. Right. And it was like, it's just, I don't know. It's just so much drama with like certain people. I'm like, sometimes I like want to just talk about it all. Yeah. Because it like affects me so much. Right. you know? Maybe when I'm ready, but anyways.
Yeah, I think I think even with drama, it's so interesting because I'm such a drama-free person, and that's not necessarily because it's anything good about me. It's just because I'm not around people long enough to really have drama.
Yeah.
But when I hear people speak about drama in their lives, it's so intriguing to me because I'm always like,
but I don't like. Here's the thing. Like for my situation, I didn't even like do anything.
right.
Like I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I've never done anything bad, but for instance, I'm like, should I just spill the tea?
Just say it. We're here now.
For Jafra.
Okay.
We're not friends. I still got a lot of love for her.
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
I don't know this story.
Girl. I don't, here's the thing. I don't think I want to go into the story. I just think that like it got to a point in the friendship where it just wasn't like healthy.
Yes.
And I know me. I know where I stand. I know who I am as a person. And I always do my best to be a great friend.
Yes.
And if that's not received, if my love isn't received in a positive way,
yes,
and you don't like the way that I go about certain things,
yes,
that's on you.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much a situation without going into
details.
details.
I have a friend going through this is one of my friends going through the exact same thing, and they've been friends with this person for years, like longer than me, and since like for years,
right.
And they kind of reached a point where it was just like, if I'm your friend and I can't tell you the truth without you being offended
right.
by my truth, then what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And so and it's so sad because you want to hold on to these things so tight because they've been kind of severed to you. They're part of your network of person,
right, right.
But
they're part of your journey.
They're part of your journey, your story, and you try and kind of mold them into a certain way, and sometimes we have to take accountability for it because as new people we try and mold people and into try and fit them in this space because
right.
It's like you don't really naturally fit into who I am right now, but because I value our friendship, I'm going to try and mold you and try and find a place in this
right.
new person I am.
But when do you feel like, is it worth it or not? You know what I mean? Like
when a friendship doesn't no longer serves you or adds value to you, when it drains you, when it is when you think about that relationship and it just it's just a feeling in the stomach. It's almost like a turning in your stomach.
Right.
If it's not a refreshing feeling, and I guess one of the most practical ways to find out is if you see a text or a phone call from this person, what's your first reaction to seeing them on your phone?
Ooh.
I think that just came in my head, but I think that's whenever I see someone that comes up on my phone, it's like, oh my God, he's texting me, or oh my God, she's texting me, or
right.
I have to deal with this, Right. So those like, kind what now? So those kind of reactions kind of just tells you where you are naturally.
Yeah, or like I always say too, like if you hang out with them and when you leave the situation, how do you feel? Because sometimes like I'll hang out with certain friends and afterwards I'm like, I feel so drained and negative.
Yeah.
And this happens all the time. This is not just this one time. Like,
right.
There's something here.
Yeah.
Like, I think for my biggest situation with, like, me outgrowing certain friends is because, I grew up in Santa Clarita, predominantly conservative town, and, like, I guess, quote-unquote, whitewashed. And I, lived in L.A. I'm very in touch. I'm not going to say I'm in the Black culture, but I'm very
in touch
with the Black culture, and there's obviously everyone knows where I stand. Black Lives Matter,
right? All day.
Fuck Trump. Yeah. Everyone knows where I stand, and especially with George Floyd and everything that was going on, it's very vocal. And I still have friends. I'm not saying they're like Trump supporters or whatever, but who still kind of have like the ignorant, like language and ignorant way of things, like saying the word ghetto all the time to me. It just rubs me in the wrong way. I don't like it. It's fucking rude. And just saying really ignorant things that just you know, and it's not because I'm like, oh, you guys are white or you like white people. It's just different.
Yeah.
Like they're some people
It's a part of their cloth.
So some people are still in their bubble.
Yeah.
As I'm going to say. And I've just really dabbed into something outside of my own bubble. And I'm not saying I know the world. I see the world and I'm so much more, you know, educated. It's not that. It's just
You've actively tried to expose yourself to other cultures,
yes.
other than what you know.
Right. I've tried to
You've
be
made
open.
an effort.
I make a conscious effort
yes.
to not speak a certain way,
Yes.
to not offend a certain group of people. Like, and if I ever do, I'm sorry. Tell me when I do it.
Right.
Like, I'm open to that.
Yes.
Some people are not.
Right.
Like, I have a friend that told me, and I'm not friends with her right now. She told me when she was drunk, she was like, I know you're not going to like my kids because they're half white. I was like, that's where you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Because that's not
okay.
The things I stand for is not because of that.
Right. And it's just because you support one group of people doesn't mean you like another group of people less.
But here's the thing, like saying Black Lives Matter and being really standing up for the black culture does not make me fucking anti-white. You're missing the purpose of the whole thing.
Exactly.
So that rubbed me the wrong way and made me really not want to be around this person. Like, I feel like every time I talk about it, like, it makes me fucking mad. And in the moment, I really just tried to, like, be like, okay, some people just don't know. Like, maybe I need to educate them. But I'm at a place where I'm like, fuck. Like, I could educate. There's some people who may be worth it, who may be worth to be like, okay, let's not talk about our beliefs right now.
Right.
Because it's different.
Right.
I'd rather not. But there are some people where it's like, I fucking can't with you.
Yeah.
Like, you make me angry.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I just, that part is kind of like what I've been dealing with. It's like something similar to that, where it's just like ignorant as shit, where I'm like, where the fuck, like.
Where did you come from? Yeah.
And I mean, my response was, you're worried about your white kids and me discriminating them.
Right.
Meanwhile, we know at this rate I'm going to have half black kids.
Right.
I'm worrying about the world.
Right.
I'm not worried about what my high school friend thinks about my fucking child. Like, that's privilege. To me, that's fucking privilege. Sorry.
No.
I got deep, but I'm just.
No,
I'm
it's
just
so
like,
true, because I think people have become so defensive, and not even outside of black and white or race. I think in general, people in America are just not able to differentiate when someone, just because I disagree with you doesn't mean that I don't love you, doesn't mean I don't cherish you, but please respect where I'm coming from, as I equally would respect where you're coming from, because I think the world would be such a great place if, let's say I'm a Democrat and you're a Republican, and let's say for example you're an amazing Republican, but obviously you have some, obviously, like, there's certain things that you believe, like, just as Black people, Black Lives Matter, because there are Republicans who do believe Black Lives Matter. So let's say you're a conscious Republican and I'm a Democrat. If you use your knowledge of what you stand behind, and I use my knowledge of what I stand behind as a Democrat, and we bring those two together, do you know how much power we would have? Yeah. But then instead it's just like, well, you would have to understand. Instead it's like, if you don't really agree with everything that I stand for as a Republican, I don't want to be anywhere near you. I don't want to understand what you have. And it's equal, and it's just like there's no meeting in the middle. Everyone's just defensive.
I feel sometimes I do feel that way though. And I will say, like, I'm trying to navigate through this too, because, one of my best friends, her significant other, shout out to her, because if she's listening, she probably is. Hi, we've talked about this. Her significant other is Republican, and during Black Lives Matter, he was really posting anti-Black Lives Matter, Republican type of shit. So I deleted him.
Yeah.
And because for my mental health, I didn't want to see it. And honestly, I wanted to prove a point and be like, I don't fuck with this.
Right.
I could have muted. I probably should have muted, you know, but I deleted it because I was like, I'm making a stance. I don't fuck with this. And I also, for my mental health, don't want to see it. Was I canceling him? No, because I still love him.
Yeah.
Him and I get along really well. He's amazing to my friend. You know, he's an amazing partner, amazing husband, whatever. Like, they're incredible. Like, he's incredible to her. I still love him. He makes me laugh, but I just can't see it. Yeah. So it's like finding this balance. And I know that, like, I've seen the effect that it's made because I've deleted him, that has created this, like, distance.
Right.
But I'm now trying to, like, learn how to not, because like you said, why have that, like, divide?
Right, because at the end of the day,
there's some people that are worth it. Like, again, the other friend was not worth it.
Right,
this guy's worth it.
And because at the end of the day, someone like that who is posting, even people like that who is posting anti-Black Lives Matter things, you could have a conversation and gain an understanding, because what I'm realizing, and obviously is Black Lives Matter all day, but I have been doing a lot of, I'm trying to understand the humans, how we are as humans. Right. And what I'm understanding is that it goes, because I would say I go to my parents, we pastor a church here, in Simi Valley, and I love my church, but my church is predominantly white, predominantly Republican, and they are pastored by a Black family. This church treats my family amazing. They hand and foot to my parents. Right. Like they love my family. They love us. They love my family. However, we have different views politically. Now, we don't bring that in the church, obviously, but I've had some time to speak to some Republicans, and I've become close with them. And what I try and do is understand where, like, for example, there's this couple who I call auntie and uncle, who I love, but they were Trump, they were Republican. Right. And so naturally, my first instinct was like, oh, I'm never going to talk to you. Like, I don't like you. But they're from Cuba. And they... Oh,
yeah. There's a lot of immigrant... Yeah. Because as a Filipino, my parents, full Trump supporters, you guys.
Yeah.
And it's very common in brown immigrant families. Yes.
And so just understanding the background.
Where they come from. Where their government.
Right.
Why they look at Trump as like, oh, like, this is like...
Exactly. You know, so, and it goes towards just a deeper understanding of people. Aside from Republican, Democrat, all politics, who are you as a person? Right. Where did you start from? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with, like, I feel like 2020 was such a heightened, full of emotions with election year, George Floyd, COVID. So, you know, things are heightened. Sometimes we don't think appropriately during those times, unfortunately. Like, it kind of hurts my pride to say that, because I am really like, this is where I stand. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
But but I'm learning to realize, like, there's certain people, again, if I met a bunch of people, Trump supporters, everything I hate, I'm like, and you're just an awful person. No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a chance.
No.
But there's certain people, my parents are literally anti everything that I am. Like, my mom thinks I do porn because I talk about sex on a podcast. Like, she equals this to porn.
Yeah, and those, you know what I mean? That generation is very hard for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very
hard you just have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
And choose the boundaries, the mental health, whatever. That one friend, I think I would have been okay with just not having those type of discussions. I think she was open to that.
Yeah.
But I think her pretty much saying that I was not going to like her white kids.
No, that was she crossed the line.
She crossed the line. It didn't have to go like that. No. And people have defended her saying, well, she was really drunk. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter.
Because when you're drunk, that's when the truth comes up.
Because she been thinking that.
Yeah, you've been thinking that. If you don't just like, oh, let me just say this. No,
I'm like, you clearly, like, you got me fucked up. You don't know who I am. You don't understand what I stand
exactly,
for.
You didn't take the time to understand why I stand for judgment. This. Yes, you didn't take the time to understand.
And, like, certain stuff that she accused me for was not true. She think that I was, like, attacking her on my Instagram when I was just like putting Black Lives Matter. She's like, I just feel like you think I'm this. I'm like,
and I hate people that make it about them. It has
like,
nothing to do with you. It's so much bigger than you.
This had nothing.
And that's the problem.
If you're listening, this had nothing to fucking do with you.
That's the problem.
Angry.
People make it all about them, and that's why Black Lives Matter offends people, because it's bringing out something in them
they're fucking ashamed about.
Yeah, they're bringing out something in them, and they become defensive, because if you have no need to feel defensive, you're then naturally going to be open to understanding something, and you're not, again, self-awareness.
Right.
You're going to be self-aware enough to know that this is not about me, because the world does not revolve around me. There's a bigger purpose, there's a bigger statement, and this is a message that I want to promote. At the end of the day, if you have one glass half empty and one glass that is full, you have to want to have that, and both of them have to be equal. Unfortunately, the Black lives, we are the ones that have the half empty glass. Right. And the white people, you have a full glass. So that's just what it is. And that's why,
And here's the thing, it's a systematic thing versus a personal thing.
Yeah, it's never, and this is not,
we
don't really talk politics on this show.
We don't ever talk politics.
but it goes towards, I think, a whole life thing, just general.
It does, because it's really, like, honestly, it's real shit that I'm going through, because it's really impacted a lot of relationships I have with people. Like, I could cry. And I don't want to cry because I just don't feel like it. but it's true. Like, that's why it's brought up, because it's like, it's exactly what I'm going through with certain friends, and I've grown them. And again, maybe because it's not because they're Trump supporters, but because the awareness is not there.
Yes.
And like, I'm trying, here's the thing is, like, I can't be mad at them because they haven't been exposed to what I've been exposed to. I'm around a lot of Black people.
Yeah.
I'm around a lot of people who have educated me. I'm so blessed and lucky that I have that. Some of these people don't.
And let me even say this. For me, I was raised in Ghana. I was raised in Africa, around all Black people.
Right.
Obviously, they have big issues like classism, poverty, things like that. But we were living pretty nice in Ghana. So when I first came here, I lived in Oklahoma, and to be honest, I was just like, I don't understand why all these Black people are angry. Like, what happened in this? Like, but then I waited. I was in Oklahoma. I was like, oh, okay. It took a couple of racial things happened to me personally that I was like, okay, so y'all just don't like us.
right. Because it's real.
It's so real, and it's so real. Even the school I went to in Oklahoma, they never celebrated Black History Month in the history of their school. And a girl from Ghana, came to your school and introduced Black History Month to you when I was student body president. So, things like that. Yeah,
yes,
girl.
Making changes.
Listen, my dad, and again, this is just about understanding of people. My dad's a professor. He's a pastor, and we're Christian, but he teaches Islam. And not only he doesn't teach it from, like, he brings his students to the mosque. He shows people the beauty in that religion. There's
different.
There's so many different ways that Islam and Christianity align. There's so many things in both religions that bring them together. And so that's what, and he got some like backlash about that, because they're like, why are you,
introducing other religions?
Yeah, but my dad is going to tell you, if you want to learn about Islam, I'm going to show you what it really is. And that doesn't mean he's not Christian anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it means he has a respect for another religion. Right,
because the reality is, even if you are Christian or whatever, there's other religions.
There's other religions, there's other people.
That's the reality.
And at the end of the day, as a Christian,
I love that.
I don't care what religion I don't care what religion you are. Well, I don't care what denomination in Christianity you are. You have to lead with love. That is the premise. That's why am I getting emotional? But that's the heart of what Christianity is. It's lead with love. I don't care where you're from, what background you have, what color you are, what you stand for. I will always approach you with love, regardless. And because of that, I have some of my closest friends are Muslim, and Black, white, I don't care, but I'm going to lead with love. Now, if you come at me with hate, that's the Christianity gonna have to take a back seat because I'm popping off. But that's what I just try and do. Lead with love and lead with understanding, and try and be objective at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, okay. I love that.
Yeah.
Jeez, we had no plan for what we're supposed to answer questions.
Do you want to do a couple?
Let's just do a couple. Let's do one more because we are running out of time.
This is such a great conversation, though.
This was. I love just, when it
shooting
gets... Shooting the shit. Okay, let's get like a kind of short one. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Y'all be real seductive in these messages, emails. So, hey, lady. Oh, wait. The subject is X. Ew.
All right.
Hi, ladies. Love the podcast and the outlet you've created for us to grow and connect. You're welcome, girl. I have a story for you all. I have already blocked him and I'm happily single. Go you, me too. We have to talk about. We'll talk about next podcast. Yeah, okay.
I know. I've been waiting to talk about. I've been wanting to ask you.
We'll record again.
Okay.
I was going to this bar as a regular for a while, and I was really happy being single. No drama, no problems. I started making friends with the other regulars, and things were going great. Out of nowhere, this super cute bar back girl started working there one night. I was shy and didn't say much. One of the girls I hung out with noticed I was checking him out, and one thing led to another. She hinted to him that I was single, and he gave me his number. I'm 22 and found that he was 34. Okay. But that didn't bother me because he was hella cute. Fast forward, he tells me he has a house with a family. Oh, well, sorry. I'm trying to lie on you, girl. He has a house with a farm. I want this story to be something else. He has a house with a farm. He has a young boy.
There was a twisted turn that did not need to happen.
I need the juice, sis. Let me not create drama for you. Fast forward, he tells me he has a house with a farm. He has a young boy, and his ex is out of the picture and already married. My ex said he's only saw her every other week. Oh, that's the ex is him. Oh. My ex said he only saw her every other weekend when he picked up his kiddo for the day. I lived 20 minutes away from him, what he told me. That's what I guess he told her, that she lives 20 minutes from him. But only he saw him once a week for lunch. Sometimes once every other week. I see it coming, girl. I see where you're going with this.
Is going. Maybe you was right, Jess.
I know. I'd be prophesying, child. He worked lawns in the day and bars at night. Okay, let me not judge. It's hard times. Didn't have time for me, but somehow had the energy to run errands for himself after work or see friends and smoke. I've never been to his house in 3 months. We've dated, only hooked up twice, both times at my place. Once he came over at 6 a.m, weirdo. Oh, once he came over to her house. Girl, you answered? Just wanted to share. Yeah, I would have been knocked out. So just wanted to share the story to ask what you think he was hiding. I asked him if he lied to me when we were together, but I never got a straight answer. My friends think he's actually married and his wife never left the house. Thanks, beauties. Have a wonderful day. P.S. If you want to call him off Fridays.
Well, he's first off, is that his real name? Because I've know people who have been in this situation.
Oh, you do.
One time I had a coworker who was like, I'm fucking this dude and we see each other. Certain things weren't lining up. It seemed real shady. And I was like, what's his first and last name? Let me Google him. We couldn't find shit. And so I was like, you know what? Give me his phone number or Google the phone number. Google the phone number, completely different name. And we looked at that name that came up, and he was married and was in a whole ass relationship and had a whole ass different name. And was pretty much going to my coworker with his fake ass name, acting just super shady. So
if I was her, I would give him an ultimatum. I would say, hey, I want to come to your house. I want to come to your house and drop me a pin. And if you're not comfortable with me coming to your house, then I don't think we should move forward.
He's just gonna keep making excuses, though.
And then so I think she should break up with him. If he makes another excuse, that's the ultimatum. I come to your house, or we don't do this anymore. Period.
Yeah, because this is a weird dynamic of a relationship. He's
Like he doesn't have his kid a lot.
We don't know what it is exactly, but there's something there.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, that something is obviously not good.
Right. Because he's keeping it from you.
And I know what feeling she's going through because I feel like I kind of went through this with Morgan, where it was like, I mean, I think he's seeing has a girlfriend or not. Like there was always something that was just like did not make sense, but I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And I feel like you know what it is.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you maybe just need that confirmation for whatever reason. But we know there's, whether it's you're right or wrong, there's something that is there.
And let me say,
it just seems weird.
Relationships that start off like this never end well. Because if you're keeping secrets from me at the beginning, like we've been dating for 3 months and already I'm suspicious of some stuff. Girl,
it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work because because when bigger things come up, let's say for example he's going into bankruptcy, he's probably gonna hide that from you too.
Exactly, like, that's true. You know what he's capable right
off the beginning. He's showing you who he is. Believe him.
Exactly, believe it. And it's just it's like when you
shouldn't question this honeymoon stage. You shouldn't be going through this
when you're like a honeymoon stage, when you're really like getting to know each other and it's the right one. You won't have these type of fucking questions
at all.
But I also do understand the thrill of it all and the mystery. We that's why us women, we love true crime.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit of mystery to this man and you want to solve it. So that's what you're going through. You're like a fucking detective and you want to solve this shit and it's a fucking thrill.
And you're 22, so I really
that's the prime of it all.
Yeah, I really do understand it because at 22, you go through a phase of wanting to fix people, want to figure people out. You want to people, especially mysterious guys.
And the reason why is because you're still trying to figure yourself out. So
you identify with something in them.
Exactly.
At 30, girl, let me tell you, I'm 29, but I feel it already in my spirit. I don't have time for stuff like this. It's gotta go.
Exactly. So, but I get it. And we're not shaming you. We've all been there. I understand the feeling of just the thrill of what is happening. And we don't have the fucking answers for you. We're letting you know there's something happening. And it's shady. So whatever it is, hopefully it's nothing too serious. And this is just a lesson that you could just learn.
Give him an ultimatum.
Girl.
Tell me what it is, what we've done here.
He's probably
got a whole family.
A whole ass family.
They all living in the farm together with all the animals.
Yeah, girl. And you just,
Child. Girl, you know what to do.
Block him, sis. Oh, well. That was fun. We're already at an hour.
Okay. Do you want to do, is there a last?
You want to do another one?
Yeah,
I see it in your face.
Let's just do one more question.
You're like, can we just?
Let's just do one more question.
Okay. Let me just put this. Wait, this one will be good. This one's good. This is good.
Okay. I'll read it fast.
Yeah.
I've got stories on top of stories of being a pro athlete road hoe. Ooh.
Get on the mic.
Road hoe. I think I'll write a book about my adventures when I retire. First off, I'm hella regular in the sense that I'm not IG famous, no BBL. I have a normal job. I've just had a knack for getting pro athletes, musicians to notice me on socials, and they end up in my DMs. It's been 10 years of this. I'm talking from rockets to...
Pause. I'm kind of jealous. When I was single, I wish I fucking pulled some pro athletes and
I'm like, no BB, girl, normal job. That sounds like me.
Right, exactly. Why was I not pulling any of this when I was single? I'm kind of jealous.
I'm talking from rookies to $100 million men. I get offers for flights, money, etc. Girl, slide in my DMs. Show me your ways. Write a book. I'll buy it. I recently met and hooked up with my crush since 2014. He slid in my DMs. He was coming to town in 2 weeks and 2 weeks to play. I wanted to invite me to the game. We ended up having the best sex I've ever had, and not just that, but we talked for a few hours just about life. I figured after he left, I wouldn't hear from him until maybe next time he was in town, but this man will still text me all the time and offers flights, etc.
Take it.
Another one I met with while he was playing here in my city, and he might be my soulmate. Wow. I cheated on my boyfriend, now ex, with him several times. This man would beg to see me me to see him for 5 minutes. Would drive to my apartment and sit outside the gate until I came down. Toxic AF. Yeah, that's weird. After I broke up with my ex, after I broke up with my ex, he flew me out to see him and treated me like an absolute queen. And then I found out he was dating a famous socialite, which leaves me with me.
Who is it? I want to know.
A famous socialite, which leaves me with, I guess she meant to say that leaves me with the question, why does he chase me then? These men can have any girl they want and choose this regular schmegular girl with no booty. Anyways, if you ever want to call, I'll share some stories with no names, but I can throw hints. I'll probably stay anonymous, but you can find me. She put her IG. Okay, we're gonna, after the pod, we'll look at IG.
Oh my God, okay.
Oh wow, girl, it just sounds like you're having a
great life.
A great time.
I'm kind of like jealous.
And let me tell you, a lot of the thing is, I don't body shame. If you want to go get a BBL,
girl,
boobs done,
want a BBL.
like go do what you gotta do. But I will say, they are becoming so run of the mill now.
Yeah.
That regular girls, I project like in 5-10 years, regular girls are not going to be the norm. And I think what's going to happen is going to backfire because people are going to be like, I actually do want a regular girl.
Oh, exactly. No, I mean, I hear it from guys all the time. They're like, I love a natural body.
Natural, yeah.
So, and I think that we put like these like famous athletes on a pedestal. Like, I don't doubt like they got hella BBL type of chicks coming out of that. Like, they're bored of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Squid Game.
They look.
You get so much of it, you're just bored of it. So you're just like, whatever.
You just look everyone, they look literally the template is
Everyone
the same.
looks like a fucking Kardashian.
Yeah.
You know, the same template.
And that's why, even though to you, you're a regular schmegular girl, but to them, you're a girl. And a lot of these athletes,
different.
Some of these athletes just want a normal girl. They don't want an IG girl.
People.
They want a 9-to-5 girl that pays her bills, lives in an apartment, and is chilling. Like
that's a type too. That's a great type. That's us.
Stable. We don't need no man.
That's us.
Yeah, that is us.
Except I got a man, but like
we don't need no man to like fly us out and buy us dinner and do all this stuff. Yeah, pay rent. I know girls who are like that, and more power to them. I just like to be able to be self-sufficient.
Same. I love being self-sufficient.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. Anyways,
okay.
Any last words to wrap up this great episode?
Gang. I look like this because I've literally been moving.
Yeah.
For
okay.
3 days.
I just want to say that Jess is a fucking lifesaver because I wanted a new episode, an updated type of one. I was like, I literally made this decision at like noon or something this afternoon. And I was like, Jess, can you record? And she's literally in the middle of opening boxes and getting her life together. I was like, please, just for a little bit. So that's why. But you still look amazing. So you're fine.
Thank you, friend. I'm about to put some furniture together, y'all. So let's wrap this up.
Plug yourself.
You guys can find me at j.clarke__ on the gram. Follow me. I probably won't follow you back. Just kidding. Follow me, guys.
Jeez. And then follow me, Stefanie Maegan, or go to brocotherapy.com. All that shit is there. And you guys,
buy some merch.
Go to my website. I have like a contact sheet thing where you could like put in your information. Send in questions, your stories, and your phone number if you want us to call you.
And you know, I'll be popping in these videos because this is my house now, gang.
Jess is going to be here. We're recording again on Wednesday. So Jess is going to be here more often because she lives here. So I'm going to be like, let's just record.
I love that for us.
I do, because I feel like we're just
we're chilling. We're two peas in the pod, chilling. Right. It's vibes.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye. Love you guys.
Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy.